Cincinnati with my mother, Mrs. Michaelson, who grew up in Russia. And I'm going to ask her some questions so she can tell you children a few things about Russia. Mom, could you say something to the children in Russian?
Добрый день, дети.
What does that mean?
It's good day, children.
Good day, children. Okay, can you say that again?
Добрый день, дети.
That sounds like it might be kind of hard to pronounce. Are all the Russian words that hard to say?
No.
No. Okay. Mom, you made some kasha for the children that they're going to be eating today. I don't know if they'll like it or not, but when do you eat this in Russia? Is this a breakfast food or a lunch food or supper or what?
Any time of the day. In the morning you cook it as a cereal.
Oh, as a cereal?
In the morning you can cook that.
Do you put some milk or butter?
Milk or butter, either way. You make it thick, you can put butter over it. If you make it like a soup, you put milk.
Uh-huh. I see. So there's a lot of different varieties of making kasha. How did you make this kasha? What did you put in it? They probably want to know what they're eating.
Well, you mix a raw egg in it and you put it in the oven for a long while until it gets dry. Then you mix it and you're supposed to put margarine or some kind of a grease, and which I don't use.
Uh-huh.
I use a soup mix, and you have to continually watch that. And about every 5 minutes or so, you take it out of the oven and you put some soup mix, because I don't use any grease.
I see.
Till it gets nice and brown.
Well, now, just in case they don't like the kasha, I brought them some of that hard candy. Did you tell me that that's the kind of candy they eat in Russia?
Confetti.
You call
it confetti.
What is that, a hard candy with maybe some fruit or jelly inside?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And also they have Hershey bars.
Hershey bars in Russia?
Not chocolate bars. I don't know if it's Hershey. I don't know.
The brand name.
No, I don't know.
I bet they were expensive, though. I bet you didn't get too many of those.
I sure didn't get any, only on a visit in a different city when I went to visit my grandfather.
You know, I have a picture of you with your grandfather and your mother. Were you visiting for a special occasion then?
For a wedding.
For a wedding.
A relative's wedding.
Oh. Well, Michael looked at that picture and said you didn't look like you were too dressed up. Was that your best dress?
That's the best dress made by a dressmaker. And my grandfather bought me that handbag, shoulder bag, made out of cloth.
I bet you were real proud of that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you some other questions. You always talk about the Bolsheviks coming. Was that a frightening experience?
No, not quite. No, it wasn't frightening. The only thing, if you had to have one check per person. If you had more than one, they took it.
What do you mean? They'd come to your house and check and see how many chairs you... Well, suppose they came to your house. Did they knock on the door and wait for you to answer? Or did they just walk right in, or what?
No, but then nobody knocks on the door. The door was always unlocked and people walked in, whoever wanted to come to see.
During the day.
Yeah.
Well, what about the evenings? Did you lock up in the evening?
Locked the doors, and we had shutters.
On the windows you had shutters?
Yeah.
And would you do close them?
And an iron thing used to, an iron handle used to go through the wall, and we used to lock it on the inside.
Okay. Oh, you bolted them. Oh. Well, maybe, did you do that? Joe, you grew up where, in Lithuania?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, Mom says in Russia they didn't bolt them like that. Well, that's all right. Okay. What about your food there? You said mostly potatoes, and things that don't sound too nourishing. Did you ever have any meat?
Yeah.
What about chicken? Did you have chicken?
Yeah, only for a holiday.
Chicken, you mean for a holiday?
Yeah, only a holiday.
What about turkey? Did you have turkey?
Not at all.
No turkey.
Goose. We had goose for Passover.
Oh, for our Passover holiday, you have goose. What about milk? Did you have a cow?
We had 4 goats.
4 goats? You mean you drank goat's milk? Did you like it?
Real warm,
didn't have money, what'd you do? Just
We
get
had the juice from the herring and we boiled potatoes, and that was our meal.
boiled potatoes in, and then you put your potatoes in the herring juice?
No,
What?
we didn't peel the potatoes.
Oh, you
Cook
just
that
boiled
up.
potatoes, I see. And then you just drank some herring juice with your...
Well, we do the potato in the
Oh, I see. You put the potato right in the juice. Oh, my goodness.
Also, when I didn't have anything to eat, I used to go in the garden and tear some cucumbers out. I ate too many of them one day, or a couple days in succession, and I got dysentery.
Oh,
My father took me to the hospital, and it wasn't a regular hospital. It was just a big house where wealthy people used to own it. And when the Bolsheviks came in, they ran away and left that home. They went to a different country. So the Bolsheviks took it over and they made a hospital for contagious diseases.
Oh.
There was only 2 patients in that, me and a young man, 18 years old. But my mother had to stay with me there because there was no nurses. The doctor lived in a yard.
Oh, boy. Sounds like fun.
I was there 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Wow.
And my father said if I'll die, then they'll go to the river.
Oh. Okay. You mean he was going to jump in?
He was going to kill himself if anything would happen to me, but I survived.
Well, I'm glad you did, or else I wouldn't be here. And what about Michael? Well, I bet these children are really interested in knowing how you got out of Russia. Was it very hard to get out of Russia?
No, because I was under 17 and my parents was over 52.
Oh.
My mother was 52, my father was 54. So they were able to get out. But we were refused a visa for some reason or other. And my father had only $5 with him. And some man was watching him at the place where you apply for a visa. And he says, come to me, I'll give you a cup of tea. He was upset because he was refused. So he waited. He said, sit here in the yard. There was a table. He said, I'll be right out. He sat there a long time and nobody showed up. So he started going out the yard, and one man on each side with a hatchet stood there and said, give me the money or I'll kill you. So he gave him the $5 and said, if you'll ever tell anybody, I'm going to find you any place you will be. And we didn't know it till years later when we were in the United States because my father wouldn't tell us. So I wrote a letter to Riga, to the company that was supposed to bring us over. They should send us a German visa. Because a friend of ours left earlier and she was in Riga. And she wrote a letter and she said, get a German visa, then the Russian will have to let you out. And that's how we got out.
Well, Daddy told me, well, not Daddy, but Aunt Jenny, who was my father's sister, told me they had a lot of trouble getting out of Russia.
Because they were 17 and over.
Yeah. Well, also their father sent them money, and they never used to get it. And so she told me that they got a farmer to hide them in the hay, and he took them over to Poland. And then they came from Poland. They stayed in Poland. Their father used to send the money over there. And somehow or other in Poland they got the money, and they were able to leave and come on over.
They let us out once we got the German visa.
I see. Okay, well, thank you very much for giving the children all this information and for the kasha. And I know that they'll enjoy that. And maybe sometime you'll come to Lexington and I'll bring you here to meet Michael's class. And especially
That would be a pleasure.
his teacher. He has a very nice teacher, Miss Murphy, who's been working very hard with these children on Russian. I know they all appreciate it. Thank you.